É isso aí, estou aqui com o DXX, uma das bandas mais interessantes, bandas contemporâneas mais interessantes na minha opinião, da música mundial. É uma grande honra, guys. Thank you very much. No, I got my mic.
Okay, cool.
Guys, thank you very much for having me. Such a pleasure. I was listening to I See You, and there's something, to me the good music has the ability to transport you to some place in space and time. Like I picture myself in London listening to you guys. Do you have any kind of this situation with any kind of band or a classic album? I don't know.
100%. You know, you definitely have like albums that you link to certain places as well. Like, I think like listening to the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds takes you to the West Coast.
For sure.
How about you?
A lot of music makes me think of home. I mean, there's obvious music like grime music or like garage and stuff like that, which is obviously from home. But I mean, music in general makes me quite nostalgic, and I'm often thinking about like everything that I'm missing at home.
Nice. Good to hear.
I agree with Jamie actually on that, yeah.
And listen to your own album, remembering how you write this song, transport you to some places too?
Yeah. You know, it's funny, if we listen back to our first album, which I rarely do,
why not, man?
you know, it's different when you're the people that made it. But I can hear and I can kind of feel my teenage self again, which is nice. You know, it doesn't make me cringe or anything. Yeah, so I think like having these albums for us will be, it's almost like having diaries, and kind of, I think it's going to be a special thing to have in years to come, to be able to listen back to them and kind of remember that kind of, that headspace you were in and that time of your life. Yeah.
Well, second time here in São Paulo, the XX. There's any kind of song or there's any kind of mood that connects you to the city? What do you feel about São Paulo?
São Paulo, we just remember the people. You know, the city is beautiful, but the thing that really stays with us is the people. You know, us walking out on stage the other day,
yeah,
we of course remembered how much passion the audience had, but it still surprised us. You know, the amount of singing along, the amount of kind of applause and screaming and hands up in the air is unparalleled. It's incredible. Yeah, and I don't think people forget it.
Nice, good to hear, man. You're here in São Paulo, you played in Lollapalooza. I would like you to tell, how is the experience of doing a huge concert compared to the small clubs and everything?
Well, I mean, here is different to anywhere else in the world. The crowd was so loud singing back. I could hear them louder than I could hear Oliver and Romy singing, and it was just wild. It's like an amazing experience.
Guys, talking about the album, I See You. I heard that you built your own studio to record the album, but you don't have the studio anymore, right? How is the experience of building a studio and producing your own album?
Well, for the second album, we built our own studio in London, and you know, it's a nice idea just to have your own place, but sometimes that can get a little bit sort of claustrophobic, and you need experiences from the outside world to inspire you. So with this record, we went to places we'd never been to and did this record in a bunch of different studios all over the world, and it came out very different as a result.
Yeah. It sounds like the sound check is really complex. How manage putting this album on stage? It's really complex, or am I tripping?
It's complicated for you, Jamie.
I mean, yes, it was difficult, mostly because when we were making the record, we weren't really thinking about how it was going to be live. We just were enjoying our time in the studio. So when it came to actually working out as a band how to play it, it was more difficult than before, because before we'd always made songs to play live. But it's fun now that I know how to do it.
And now another experience that might be really crazy is that you are producing your own festival, night and day. Its name is, am I right? How is it? To me, it sounds like a South by Southwest because it's like a week of festival in London, right?
Yeah, we had the opportunity to play 7 nights at Brixton Academy, which was mind-blowing for us. That's a venue that means a lot to us at home, and we all went to our first ever gigs there. And when we were playing so many nights there, we thought it would be great to turn it into our night and day festival, which we'd done previously before in Lisbon and in Berlin and in London, which are cities that we loved. And it was just an opportunity to just bring, invite musicians that we love to play, and so we had different special guests each night, and we worked with local charities, and yeah, it was really incredible, and we hope to do it again in different parts of the world soon.
But you don't know when it's going to happen again. It's one for a year.
Yeah, there's another one coming soon.
Nice to hear that. You sound like really the kind of people that try to discover a bunch of music. What kind of music were you listening to compose I See You? And what kind of music are you listening now? Producers, artists, bands?
I think that we listen to a huge amount of music. We're not particularly we're not like pigeonholed by genre. Like, so if we like a song, it doesn't matter what genre it is. And I think that when we were making this album, we went on lots of road trips, and we all made playlists, and we all listened to each other's music, and it's definitely quite varied. And we made some playlists that we shared with our fans to sort of let them in on what we've been listening to. But I can't even remember. Like, it's quite a mix.
And any kind of Brazilian music have you ever discovered during these trips?
I used to, I practiced capoeira for 7 years, and like such a big part of that is
the
music.
percussion is really strong.
It's in particular percussion, but music, performance, movement, and it gave me a lot of confidence. So that was a real introduction to kind of performing music for me.
It's already amazing.
And then of course there was a lot of like samba on the side of that. Yeah.
Guys, how is the process of you on studio? How do you manage to compose and to write the songs? And in studio, the recording process, how is it?
I think we're a lot less kind of bogged down by rules. We used to be quite strict on ourselves about how we worked. And we've let go of a lot of those rules, in that me and Romy now, the writing we do is a lot more collaborative. What I sing is a combination of what me and Romy have wrote, and likewise for Romy, we write together. And Jamie's he's not like a dictator producer. He's very like open to like hearing ideas, and it's all very collaborative. So I think more than ever we just don't have a single way of working, which is fun.
Nice, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Thank you.